Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda, Jnana Paddhati manual under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, Trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And Anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase, Agora Murti has is 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has his 5 face. Satyojata Murti has his 5 face. Ishana Murti has his 5 face. All these 5 Murtis, 5 faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, so which an order of Kailasha led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada, the science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your Guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashiva, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashiva, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state.
Now we'll go to the Bhagavad Gita Satsang for powerful cognition.
More you are respected. Again and again you are made to run. You are taught life has got purpose. Please understand, life is purposeless. Look into your life deeply. Whatever you think as the goal of your life, even if everything is fulfilled, you think you will be able to rest? You think you will be able to relax? You think you will be in bliss? You think you will feel fulfilled? No, you will feel only depressed. When you have something, you can always blame, put the responsibility and feel comfortable, feel relaxed. When you can't put the responsibility on something, when you can't put the responsibility of somebody, you suffer more. Just day before yesterday, one young man came to me and he asked, Swamiji, should I marry on my own or should I listen to my father's words? I said, listen to your father's words, go for arranged marriage. He asked me, why Swamiji? I will be happy if I marry on my own. I told him, see, with arranged marriage, at least you will have somebody you can continuously blame them. If you marry on your own, you can't blame anybody. Better go for arranged marriage. After 2-3 years continuously, you can blame your parents and be happy. You will feel you are not responsible for the misery. At least you will have somebody on whom you can put the blame. With your own decision, you can't put the blame on anybody. At least if you have somebody to blame, you will be a little relaxed. When you have somebody to blame, you feel at least some way safe. Your whole life is
purposeless. But again and again and again you are conditioned to run towards something, to go towards something, some goal, something. From the young age, always some goals are put in front of you, whether it is material life or spiritual life. Both the way, always some goal is put in front of you. The so-called material life or the so-called spiritual life, both continuously makes you feel you are not enough. Just understand, whatever you think as your purpose of life, whether it is money or relations or name and fame, whatever you think as a purpose of your life, even if you have complete fulfillment in that dimension, for example, money, if you became a multi-millionaire as you want, if you became a person with so many people following you, or friends and family, as you think, if you become a person who is world famous, as you want, you think you will be able to rest? Never. By the time you reach the top rung of the ladder, climbing will become your habit. Climbing will become your habit. You can't rest within yourself. Please be very clear. The climbing, running will become your lifestyle. Running will become your trend. When running has become your trend, you don't even know what far you are running, you will start running. Even if you don't know what far you are running, you will be running. You will be continuously running. What for? You will not know. Small story. One guy wanted to have 1 acre land so that he will do some agriculture and live happily. He prayed to the Bhuma Devi, means the goddess of earth. Oh mother, please give me 1 acre land so that I will do my agriculture and live happily. Devi appeared and said, don't worry my son, what 1 acre? From tomorrow morning sunrise to sunset, how much you walk, whatever land you cover, that land belongs to you. This is the big problem. Boons create very big problems. Please be very clear. Blessing without having maturity, the energy without maturity always creates problem. Let me tell you one more story. Then I will continue this story. Suddenly one guy won $10 million in lottery. This guy had a problem, heart problem. So the wife is having very big trouble how to break this news to him. Suddenly if he gets a heart attack and dies, what to do? He may have a cardiac arrest. She is afraid to break this news to him. She was thinking, somehow she felt it is very dangerous, I cannot take this risk. She went to the local priest, the church priest. She asked him, Father, can you help me? He said, don't worry, I know your husband for last 30 years. I can surely come and tell the news in a very nice way. She told, no, it is too risky, please be very clear. He is heart patient, you have to be careful. I will take care, don't worry. He goes and starts the conversation very slowly. My son, I think you are going to be blessed with a fortune, the great fortune by God. This guy says, What are you talking, Father? My whole life I have lived with poverty. Father says, no, don't think God is going to bless you. All right, suddenly if you get $10 million in lottery, what will you do? You just want to break the news before that? He is giving him a hint. Suddenly if you get $10 million in lottery, what will you do? The guy says, $10 million? I'll give half of it to your church. The priest fell and died. The priest fell and died. So please be very clear. Even if the blessing comes without maturity, it will be very difficult to handle. Anyhow, this Bhumadevi, the goddess of the earth, gives a boon to this guy. Run as much as possible. You will have all the land for yourself. This guy thought, what is there anyhow? All right. I think I will run 10 acre. 10 acre land I will have, so that I can do agriculture and have a small farmhouse. I live happily. After half an hour he thought, why 10 acre? If I can walk up to 100 acre. I think not only me, my kids also can have enough land. Late night he started thinking, why just 100 acre? Why not walk as much as possible? Then we can even sell and become multimillionaire. We need naturally money for construction. We can sell a little bit of land. Why not walk as much as possible? He has decided, next day he will walk as much as possible. Early morning, the moment sunrise, he started his journey, walking. After 5 hours, suddenly he realized, why should I walk? Why not start running? He starts running. Around evening 3 o'clock, his body is asking for food. His body is hungry, asking for food. He says, no, today I should not waste my time in eating. Today I will make money. Today I make land. Today I will make as much as possible, so that tomorrow onwards I can sit and enjoy. He started running. Around evening 4 o'clock, his body is begging at least for a glass of water. He is saying, today nothing. I should not waste even a single moment. I cannot waste even a single minute. No water, no food. Today I have to catch as much land as possible. He is running, full speed. Running. By evening 6:30, sun is about to set. By evening 6:30, he has come near a beautiful river. Almost he has covered enough land for one full state, and is near the river. Sun is about to set. In half an hour, sun will set. This guy thought, if I cross this river also, it will be really nice. I will have both sides of the river for myself in our country. He started crossing the river. And he crossed the river also. Even after crossing the river, just nearby the river, he saw a beautiful smashan, burial ground. He thought, now I have enough land for people to live. I should catch this burial ground also. Only then I will have enough land for people who are dead. Now I have enough land for people who are going to live in my state. Now I should have land for people who are dead. He wanted to catch that place also. He started running. Sun is about to set. His body says, no, enough, I can't run anymore, no. enough, relax. He's saying, no, 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 just 10 minutes, 10 more minutes. Let us catch this cemetery also. Let us catch this graveyard also. He's running. His body says, no, I cannot even put a single step. I'm exhausted. He says, no, let me just finish this one part. He runs. When the sun is about to set, suddenly he hits one stone and body is not able to balance. He falls and dies. He just drops and dies. Exactly the same thing happens in our life. Please be very clear. You may be thinking in your mind, what fool he is, how he missed the whole life. Don't think he is fool. We are also doing the same thing. Maybe we are doing it in a little polished way. He has done physical way, we are doing it in a mental way. But be very clear, we are also doing exactly the same thing. You never relax within yourself. You never settle within yourself. We never sit with ourselves. That is the reason in the old age, even when you want to relax, we will not be able to relax. Have you seen a single man above 70 relaxing?
Bhagwan powerfully told us exactly same thing happens in our life. We run the whole life with no purpose, and finally we figure out that we miss the whole life in gaining something which is of no use to us. Now let's go to the Shastra Pramana.
Is taken from the Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.19. Shakti Sandhane Sharirotpatihi. Shakti Sandhane Sharirotpatihi.
Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.19, Bhagavan Paramashiva says, by aiming and fixing the self on Shakti, uniting in oneness with the supreme power, the embodiment of that which is cognized and willed, manifests at once in its length, breadth, depth, time, and space dimension. Bhagavan beautifully says, the whole life, there is no purpose. There is nothing as we have to achieve, nothing can be achieved, nothing is possible for us to achieve because everything has been already happening. All we need to do is align ourselves to the higher reality, manifest the reality, experience the ultimate through us, and seeing that manifest get fulfilled. Constantly running behind the things which are projected from the society, which is like the person who is running, not achieving anything. The whole life starts from school to college to work to deathbed. We are only running, not achieving anything because we think there is something to achieve, which is like a chasing the shadow, which can never happen. It's going to keep on coming behind us and we are going to keep on chasing, but there is no end to it. We understand we came to planet Earth to manifest the space of Paramashiva, state of Paramashiva, the powers of Paramashiva, and the being of Paramashiva, the superconsciousness of Paramashiva, ultimately. But after coming here, we miss the concept and we go on driving behind something which is not going to fulfill us first because it can never fulfill. It's like trying to mix oil and water. It can never mix. Like mercury doesn't touch and mix with anything. It does not mix. You're trying to mix and forever you'll be trying, it never happen. So the whole inner space is not touched by any beauty, any experience, or any sadness. It is the space of Paramashiva which exists beyond all this as consciousness, manifesting all the reality, all that exists, living, non-living, everything that exists is a space of Paramashiva manifested for us to experience the state, space, powers, superconscious of Paramashiva himself, forgetting that is the only thing that we are missing the whole life. Bhagavan very profoundly, very clearly explained through the example how we miss the whole life trying to chase something which doesn't even exist, doesn't even give us any completion, any fulfillment, or any happiness. The idea of the instant happiness is like a dream. In the dream, we are building the castle, but when we get up, there is no use, nothing is going to be there. The way we perceive the world is not the true world. Nothing is going to miss out, or nothing we are going to lose. We are not going to lose our wealth, health, but the way we perceive, we have to lose it to understand the higher reality, how things exist, how things are in the real world versus how we perceive as a societal world. And constantly we have to remind ourselves to be that space of Paramashiva, to manifest the powers of Paramashiva, understand that everything has already happened. We are here to witness that, we are here to celebrate that, we are here to experience that as our higher reality. Such beautifully and such profound, Bhagavan gave a powerful cognition. With that, let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana for drawing the GPS. Only 3 days are left for the house of wax to go up in flame, and Kunti and her 5 sons to burn to death. Vidura informs the Pandava the evil plan and sends a miner who, through the power of breath, helps them to dig a tunnel to escape. The corpse of a woman and her 5 sons mistakenly give credence to the news that Pandava were burnt alive, and the Kauravas shed false tears for the dead Pandava. This is in Mahabharata Adi Parva, section 2, page 20. They went through the tunnel and were safe. Let's go to Atma Pramana. Atma Pramana of Bhagavan's Leela.
To understand, it is dangerous for the country. Without will, persistence, anything you inherit, even if you inherit, it's useless for you and for what you inherited. Life should be built. Life should be built. Especially with a lot of oppositions. That integrates you, I tell you, that integrates you. That makes strong people to gather around you. Understand, even to live in this campus, you need to be strong. 10,000 times stronger than any society, any person in society. Really, I'm telling you. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. Shine punnye madhyalokam vishanti. When punya is lost from Swarga, you come back to Buloka. When will, persistence is lost, you leave Kailasa and go back to Buloka. I tell you, ability to hold these higher visualizations, ability to intensely feel this truth, ability to intensely integrate your being. See, ability of your brain's ability to hold certain visualization and hold certain truths, understand and digest all this are basic tools for liberation and enlightenment and manifesting powers.
I am not talking about alcohol, drugs, non-veg, all this from the angle of morality. I am talking about all this from the angle of human beings are losing their tools for living life. It is actually a big conspiracy against the humanity. And even the people who sell, they don't know why they are selling. It is not that all the money they gather with that they are happy. No, it is a large blind spot. If the blind spot is in one brain, it is called ignorance. If it is in the brains of a group of people, it is called collective stupidity. If it is in the brains of a society, it's called Maya. It is not that people who sell you alcohol and destroy your health and your brain's ability to live entrance to get sanctified and be allowed inside the house. And we will all be standing in the queue because all these girls have to pass and go back. Then one by one everyone has to drop their clothes. One grandmother will be standing with a pot full of water. She will pour on everyone, and then we have to run inside and wear our clothes on. Even these clothes which we dropped, she will not touch by hand. She will pour water on it and use a stick and lift. Now when I look, especially when I drive the streets of Tiruvannamalai, I can see cultural genocide. When people stand in line openly in Tasmak shops, when people smoke openly in Tiruvannamalai, you say, I am not talking about Tiruvannamalai alone. You need to understand. Tiruvannamalai is the place I can compare the stark memories. Because of that, I am talking about Tiruvannamalai. I know the before and after. '80s and this 2018s. I can see the stark difference. That is why I am talking about Tiruvannamalai. Of course, I am sure all the cities, the same thing is happening everywhere. I am not concerned about this alcohol and non-veg and all this from any moral sense. Understand? I am concerned about all this because they reduce the frequency of your consciousness. That is where the whole problem is. The ability to grasp life, ability to involve life in life. I tell you, yesterday I was describing what I call organic healthy brain. If it can understand a verbalization and hold that visualization, I call that as organic healthy brain. If you don't have organic healthy brain, not only you can't become enlightened, you can't be even an ordinary grihastha, understand?
It's not that your grihastha means just die in gutter. No. You are a human being, you have life. One of the important thing you need to understand, do not push all my teachings on, dump on sannyasis and say, oh, we are grihasthas, we don't need all that. Come on, I am talking to consciousness. Many times we tend to do that. A healthy brain, healthy organic brain is required to uphold anything and make it successful in your life. Understand? Life is too complicated. Too much of complexities. Yesterday I made a statement. Society will hate you, rate you, judge you, beat you. It will do everything. Beyond that, what makes you stand, that is what you are.
Manifesting the power of breath, Shakshi Pramana. We have the Shakshi Pramana now. They are the initiated disciple all over the world, manifesting all the powers and sharing their testimonials. Here we have the Nithyananda participants sharing their testimonials.
But many questions because our group belongs 5 people. So one of my other question was the Route 66 in the USA. So as soon as I say the Route 66, the pencil start drawing on our paper exactly the route, the street going starting from one point, then on going up, and again more and more. So then she told me I see many points on the map. I say yes, perfect. Can you tell me please which one is the first from where is starting and the city starting and the end one? And she starts saying LOSA, so Los Angeles, and after CHI, Chicago. So beautiful, beautiful, yeah.
Prataksha Pramana. Scientific studies. What can be measured? Measuring the effects of being in enlightenment state. Vedic sciences have always maintained that consciousness is the very substance of space and time. His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Paramahamsa Nithyananda, has clearly defined the existence of 11 dimensions of consciousness. As per his elucidation, space can exist by itself. On the other hand, time can exist only in the presence of space, but can still exist without other dimensions, including the obvious ones, depth, length, and breadth. Source from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 2, Consciousness, page 83. In quantum terms, thought too is energy. Every cell of our body produces thoughts in the form of signals, which may be electrical, chemical, or otherwise. These can be measured in TPS, or thoughts per second. The normal TPS of the average human being can be hundreds of or thousands. Some thoughts are processed consciously, while others are processed unconsciously. A TPS of 0 is the state of Advaita, or enlightenment. Space is made up of strings of potential energy, which are in constant vibration, spanda, leading to the creation of virtual particles. This is a very basis of the Vedic truth of consciousness. In the Avatar Shastra, Swamiji mentions quantum physicist Amit Goswami's article about entanglement between two people. Quantum physicist of Indian origin, Amit Goswami, made 2 people meditate together. They were separated in 2 chambers, 1 person in each. When one person had a light stroked at his eye, it caused the firing of certain frequency in the brain. Remarkably, at the same moment, the other person's brain also fired. even though he never saw the light. This proves that the energies of people intuitively affect each other.
There are two kinds of movement in the world. One kind of movement is maximum speed limit with the speed of light. That's the kind of movement that is allowed in the domain that we call space and time. That's where matter moves, that's where things look diverse. But the other kind of domain is where the speed of communication is infinite. We call it non-local. That's the domain of potentiality. And if there is instant connection in that domain, then do you see it got to be one. If things are instantly interconnected, that interconnectedness is oneness. That is the oneness that mystics and spiritual teachers talk about. That is the oneness. So simply by recognizing that objects are possibilities, we are looking at a oneness. And then it's just a question of language. Question of language. What should I call this oneness?
Whole brain activation studies were done on Nithyananda Gurukul students. The Bender-Gestalt test assesses the level of whole brain activation, the student's ability to see the big picture and recall the details of it. It is more than an IQ test. It was showing outstanding results on the memory ability of the Gurukul students. It is very unusual for students to remember such a high number of Gestalt forms. Each Gurukul student attended to the test card carefully and persistently transposed the Gestalt form. Remaining calm, cool, and collected, they initially approached each Gestalt form with a keen observation and analysis of the form, and then exhibited a steady perseverance, attending 8-minute details. Source: Avatar Shastra, Chapter 8, Third Eye Awakening, page 177. Charting Future Terrain with Higher Education. This article explores the role of contemplative practices within an emerging interdisciplinary area that are referred to as creativity and consciousness studies. Within the new area, consciousness is studied from an integral perspective that brings together insights from a range of wisdom traditions and modern science. Meditation is presented as an essential first-person modality for investigating consciousness, and formal and non-formal approaches to meditation and delineated to establish important guidelines for the introduction of meditation into an academic setting. The role of first-person experience helps to develop new notions of rigor and interdisciplinary learning that can lead to an expanded educational experience, which can help to develop qualities such as mental clarity, inner calm, insights, compassion, and creativity. The article closes with reflections on the importance of expanding our approach to education in light of the demanding challenges and creative opportunities in today's world. Source: Meditation, Creativity, and Consciousness.
Setting up the items for manifesting the power of breath dimension for drawing the GPS. You need a camera, timestamp, Jnana, pen, and paper. Let's take a few minutes to set up the camera. Download the timestamp app, click on the video, ensure that the time is shown on the screen vividly and clearly. Make sure the camera is facing you and the diagram that you're drawing, and it's in a bright and a beautiful place. Guidelines to start manifesting the powers. Turn on the video recording. Apply the Jnana in your third eye and be aware of your third eye. Bring your awareness to your third eye. Give 2 uncommon places for drawing this GPS by Acharya or by the partner. Or if you're alone, you can take some you can just take a map, take yellow pages and take 2 uncommon places and see how to go from one place to another. manifest through your third eye, whatever diagram path it's showing and whatever in the path it's showing, please draw everything in detail. After you finish, if the details are matching exactly, then you're perfectly manifesting. If some of the detail is matching, just remember that you have started manifesting the powers and start celebrating the manifestation for it to become the depth combination in you. Verifying all these videos authentically and share the videos with powerful cognition with others and listen to others' experience of manifesting these powers.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually, our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and or egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva, sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hence, sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence. The Shaktipada makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminders. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. You need to understand one more thing. This technique of be unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination.
Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya, pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here, Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness, through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring
people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection. So they start manifesting the powers. They start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like, for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving. For all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password. And it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipata. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye. Again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone. Nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om
Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam.
Verifying process for GPS, no video editing during the session, no stopping and starting of the videos during the process of manifestation. All videos should be verified with the timestamp. All videos should have a wide angle view. Do not tamper the drawing of the picture, giving clues, nothing, all these are prohibited. Do not prepare the question in the front of them and give them the places that they already know or something like that. Do not give everyone the same thing. You can give in different places for different groups so that they are unique. Do not give everyone the same thing. Complex, difficult, uncommon places should be given to figure out the GPS is correct. Authentically, the path should match as seen exactly by everyone commonly and not interpreted or misinterpreted. Thank you so much for manifesting these powers.
We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar manifesting power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray, and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity, Bhagavan says. The quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham